Namaskar, good morning, Ram Ram. Welcome to your own channel AC Astro, and today we are here with a video of a weekly horoscope week starting from 4th of Feb to 10th Feb for all 12 ascendants with very important transit. Let's welcome Akash Chauhan ji from Calgary, Canada. Akash ji, Namaskar, Ram Ram.
Namaskar, Rohitji, Ram Ram. So, special transit of the week is that Mars is going to be exalted. है ना? ये सबसे important. We have made a video. The bigger video is there on YouTube on our channel, so you can go and watch. Everyone here, if you see, we are talking about February 4th to 10th. Very nice time. Let's start with Aries ascendant. So for Aries ascendant here, Moon in the beginning of the month, beginning of the week, will be in your 8th house. So 8th house, 4th house Lord in the 8th house, we have to be careful for the health of mother, as well as we have to be careful in the area related to sudden ups and downs. There can be a little bit of challenge because this is not a, it is a very auspicious planet here, the owner of the 4th house going into the 8th house. You have to be also beware of daydreaming and not getting into accidents and stuff like
And
that.
debilitated also, Moon debilitated also.
That's why it is problem. But on the same, the next day, Moon is going to be debilitated, but Mars becomes exalted in your 10th house, sitting with Mercury, sitting with Sun. Those who are going through Mercury Dasha, Sun Dasha, Mars Dasha, very auspicious time for you. There is going to be some big news that you will get in terms of your career. Those who are looking for a job will get a job. Those who are in a job may get some promotion or even may get some recognition during this time. So your status increases. Whenever Lagna laws in the 10th house, your karma area, that means the area of your work, will be very positive. Then Moon will enter into Sagittarius with Venus. Now the 4th house Lord in the 9th house is a very good thing, Rohitji. Here there can be some good news in terms of your destiny, and it is possible also because Mars, your Lagna Lord, is at, in exaltation. So that means there is going to be some good news. Your destiny is going to be working with you during this week around 6th of Feb till 8th of Feb. Your destiny will be completely in your hands. Acha, there is going to be some good news that is going to come to you. Then Moon is entering into Capricorn. Now there is again stellium, four planets, 8th of February till 10th of February. You see Moon, Sun, Mercury, and what we say, Mars. So this is the time Moon will be making very close conjunction with Sun, get combust also. And what happens when Moon and Sun are together? Roji, what happens when Moon and Sun are together?
Moon and Sun went together, they become the Yog, Grahan Yog.
Amavasya.
Amavasya Yog.
Amavasya will be there, so we have to be careful from 8th till 10th not to make any major decisions. But because Moon is also making a conjunction with Mars here, it will give you some kind of wealth. Whenever Moon and Mars are together, it is called Mahalakshmi Yoga.
Mahalakshmi.
So there is going to be some wealth also. But Moon and Mercury are also together. So that means where we have to be careful. We have to be careful related to speech because they are both enemies. So it is a mixed result, good and bad. Depending on your dasha and antardasha, you will be able to judge that what kind of thing can happen. Because later, Rohitji, what is happening is that there is going to be Vish Yoga also. So after this Amavasya, Moon will be going towards uh, what we say Saturn, and here there can be, because of your progress and because of the progress that is happening because in your career and things like that, you can get some kind of evil eye, or we say nazar dosh from your friend, from people around you. Ye challenge is going to be there. So what we need to do during this time, we have to be completely devoted towards Lord Shiva from 8th till 10th of February, or 10th of February onwards. Lord Shiva is, do go to some Shiva temple, do some kind of jal on Shivling, uh, do nazar dosh nivaran. That means take red chilies, put it over your, tell someone to take it anti-clockwise 7 times from your head and put it on fire so that your nazar dosh goes away. Because whenever you are successful, people will put bad aspect on you. That okay, this guy is successful, I just don't want him to be successful. Where you have to be careful. Otherwise, a positive week and positive month actually, because Mars, your Lagna Lord, is exalted. When Lagna Lord is in power, no one can, destroy you. You will be so damn powerful. All the best. There is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments. Click on it and you will be able to talk to me directly. For Taurus ascendant, Moon is debilitated in the seventh house. So relationship wise, there will be a little bit challenge. There will be a lot of emotional ups and downs in relationships. In partnerships, if you are in a partnership business and things like that, and you want to communicate something to your partner, this is not the right time. So you should wait till 6th of February. From 4th of February till 6th, just be quiet, not to say anything during this time. February 5th, Mars will enter into your ninth house, and whenever Mars will make any combination of ninth and 12th, because it is the owner of the 12th house and going into the ninth house, there will be travel. There can be some kind of plans you will make for foreign travel and things like that. So, positive time that way. But it also means that expenses will be on the rise. So, Ruji, expenses on the rise means Mars is in this chart. If you see, Mars is the owner of the seventh house, that is a Maraka, as well as owner of the 12th house, that is, you know, when you spend money. So in the ninth house, that means you will be spending on travel, you'll be spending on education, you will be spending on father and things like that. Spending on wife also and spending on health also. But it is positive, maybe it is for some good reason which will happen. Moon will enter into Sagittarius, into the eighth house. Now, whenever third house Lord is in the eighth house, so you have to be again careful now in communication with your partners, because it has not ended. Moon was debilitated, now it is gone into the eighth house. So eighth house is the gains from partnership, gains from shared resources. So where in such areas where shared resources are, or where we are talking about investment, you have to be careful. Later, Moon will enter into Capricorn, and whenever Moon and Sun are together, it is Grahan. It is Amavasya. It is, Moon will become completely combust. So, but Moon is also making a yoga of Mahalakshmi yoga with in your destiny house with Mars. So that means if you need money during this time, if you want money, it will come. There is one dialogue in Hindi, Rohit says, "Asman फाड़ के धरती का सीना चीर के आसमान फाड़ के पैसा आएगा ही आएगा." So there is going to be money coming either from heavens, either from earth. It has to come for you. So it will come. Because Moon is also making a conjunction with Mercury, which is the lord of the second house, and a Maraka here, or the fifth house. So you have to be careful related to your, in communication, especially in communication area, in talking to your children, or demanding something from your children, or talking to your family, the family that you have created. That means your wife and things like that. You have to be careful in these areas, because Mercury and Moon here can create a little bit of rift in these areas. Then Moon enters into the 10th house, making a wish yoga. So here we have to be again careful. Best it is a weekend. I think it is Sunday, right? When Moon is entering here. So Monday Moon will be here. So we have to be careful in the area related to your job on Monday. That don't make any kind of excuses or holiday or stuff like that. Coming Monday. That means 11th of Feb. Don't make anything, because there you will face some challenge. Your office can look down upon, or your workplace can look down upon you. So you have to be careful. Otherwise, it is a very good week for all the people. All the best, and especially Mars being exalted in the ninth house. Expenses will be there, but good expenses. Sometimes expenses is related to Roji, some kind of buying of property. Expenses is there, right? But good expenses. Sometimes marriage is there. Sometimes travel for leisure is there. Good expenses. So that will be something for Taurus ascendant to watch out. All the best. There is a WhatsApp link in the description. You can click and we can think about your personal appointment and talk in detail. For Gemini ascendant people, Moon is entering into Scorpio in debilitated motion. That means the second house Lord in the sixth house. That means anyone who's applying for a loan, anyone who's applying for any kind of funds, any kind of debt, might be unsuccessful, not be successful during the beginning of this month. So what you should do is not apply for it before the 6th. So if you want to apply for a credit card, do credit check, loan, car loan, things like that, do not do it before 6th. Let Moon enter into the 7th house and then do it. But because second house is also Maraka, and because Moon is coming into the 6th house, you have to be careful related to food poisoning and stuff like that. It can happen. There can be stomach problems also. Later, on the next day, Mars will enter into Capricorn. making a Viprit Rajyog and being exalted. So those who are awaiting things from justice, from anything related to property, anything related to partnership money, anything related to money that comes out from your court settlements, your enemies, you are going to get some positive news in that area. Those who are into any kind of business or work related to research, they may also reach new heights during the time when Mars is exalted. Moon later on enters into the seventh house, second house lord in the seventh house. That means there will be some kind of gain of money, of wealth through partnerships and through collaborative effort. So that means if you are applying for loan and it was not happening, now you need a co-signer that will say, okay, your husband is applying, can you add your wife name also, we will give you the money. That is how partnership will work and you will get some money out of it. So a positive time for moon entering into the seventh house. But here moon is making a conjunction with Venus, which is not bad because moon does not consider anyone its enemy. People may consider other Saturn may consider moon enemy. Okay, Jupiter may think moon as enemy. Mercury may think, but moon does not think. That's why moon does not give any bad results in any house. It is always, when it is powerless, you're emotionally you're very weak. So now moon will enter here and make sure that your relationship, if any emotional importance you were supposed to give to your partner, you will be giving that also here. So very nice. Uh, in terms of moon entering the eighth house, second house lord in the eighth house, investment wise, you have to be careful during this period. This is also the time of Amavasya. This is also the time of new moon, because moon will become completely combust, coming into the influence of sun. So what do you need to do is that you need to make sure that do not make any major decisions of investment during this period. Mars and moon here may give you money, but that money can be just saved right now. Just don't use it to invest it somewhere. So that is the case. Whenever moon is in the eighth house with Mercury, there is skin trouble. There is some kind of skin problem that you can get, or some problem related to your, again, stomach, because it is going to be in the sixth house. Then eighth house is the house of constipation and things like that can happen. So careful during this time. Then moon enters into the ninth house, making a wish yoga with Saturn. It happens every once in a month it happens. So where your destiny will not work for you. So you have to do your hard work your own self. Destiny will not be working for you. So this time is time when you act on things rather than sitting on things. You have to now act on things. You do not leave everything to destiny. Oh, kismat mein hoga to aayega. No, you have to say that, okay, let me act on it. That is what you need to be doing during this week. But overall, a positive week. Mars making Viprit Rajyog, biggest enemies that were trying to trouble you will now, they will shiver from yourself. All the best. Have a great week. There's a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments. If you want, we can talk about it in detail. Cancer ascendant. Now, when we talk about Cancer ascendant, the Lagna Lord is only moon. So these are the people most. So there are two very common things about Cancer people. They get fear comes to them very easily in their life. Number one. Secondly, they are very, like, 1 minute they are very happy, second minute they are sad, third minute they are extremely excited, fourth minute they are, second. Another one more common thing which I have seen in Cancer ascendant is that, Rohiji, so whenever they are alone or whenever they are with company of their partner, they are always irritated. Whenever there is company of friends, they become very, very happy. Every Cancer ascendant would relate with this. When they are with their spouse or when they are with their partner, they will be always agitated, irritated. As soon as third person comes, fourth person comes, there is a group, they will become very happy. Because moon has a habit to stay with 27 people at a time. That is 27 wife, 27 nakshatras. That is why, moon cannot stay with only one person. इसलिए हमेशा they need group. Anyways, moon is entering into Scorpio. Your Lagna Lord in the fifth house being debilitated makes you a little bit unhappy during the beginning of the week. So there will be some unhappiness either from children, either from your workplace, either from creativity, or suddenly you will just feel dull during this time in the beginning of the week. Not to take like big stress on your head, right? It is just little bit time. It will pass away, because Mars The lord of your 10th house goes into the 7th house for you and becomes exalted. So it is a time of pada prapati. You are going to get some kind of designation during this time, or maybe marriage and all things like that, where you want to make it official, your relationship. This is the time that will happen. So a positive time for Mars. There is a full video on Mars which I have made, what is going to happen for Cancer ascendant. You can go and check it out. It's just the last video that has been posted. Then Moon enters into the 6th house. Lagna Lord in the 6th house gives trouble from enemies, gives problem in health. So it is not a very good week in terms of your health and things like that. Also, your some kind of unhappiness will be there in the beginning of the week for you. Mars just entered into the 7th house, so it will take little time to get degree and come into the degree of exaltation. So it will not give you immediate results. So beginning of the week is a little bit challenge and little bit stress for you. So during this time, because Moon is the Lagna Lord and Moon represents your mind, and Lord Shiva has Moon on his head. So pray to Lord Shiva during this time. You will be feeling very much better. Then Moon enters into Sagittarius. Here, Moon when enters into Sagittarius, Lagna Lord in the 7th house is good. Here, your confidence and everything starts becoming high. But because Moon will become combust, so uh, your confidence will be high, but suddenly there will be doubt also in your mind that if this should be considered or not considered, things like that. Because Moon is a dual personality kind of a guy. So when it is in good position, it will give you very good results. When it is in bad position, it will completely like put you at standstill. Here, when it is combust, just imagine that it's completely powerless. What can it do? So it will not do anything. So emotionally, with the spouse, with the other person, with your partners, you have to be careful during this time, not to make uh, major arguments, or if an argument has started, just be quiet. That is what is required. But because Moon is also making a yoke with Mars, making a Mahalakshmi yoke, so money also can come through partnerships. That is also positive. Depending on your dasha and antardasha, these things work, man. If you are going through Rahu and Ketu antardasha, Mahadasha, then this Moon is not going to make a very big difference in your life. But if you are going through Moon Mahadasha and Dasha, then every minute is making a difference in your life. Then Moon enters into the 8th house, making a Vish Yoga. That means again challenge here in the 8th house. Lagna Lord in the 8th house, challenge. Suddenly hidden troubles, hidden problems, health problems. So this week is not a very, very positive week for Cancer ascendant people. Sorry, because your Moon is traveling through debilitation, then 6th house, then 7th house, then 8th house, getting combust. There is an Amavasya and things like that. So it is not a positive, very, very positive week, but there is still hope of monetary gains because other planets are doing very nice in your chart. Okay, all the best. Do pray to Lord Shiva this whole week, and those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe. Those who have already subscribed, thank you. There's a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments. Thank you. For Leo ascendant people, Moon becomes debilitated in the 4th house. So 4th house means your emotional security. So here there will be some trouble in your emotional security, but in a positive way, it puts an exalted aspect on the 10th house. So your career will be going super, going up. So that is a positive thing. Then Moon in the 4th house can play also emotionally a little bit challenge with the mother and with home area. You might, those in foreign country may miss their home and think like, they want to be go back again. There can be travel plans to foreign country because Moon is sitting, the 12th house Lord is in the 4th house. So things can happen like that. Mars is the extreme Yoga Karka planet for Leo as well as Cancer. Here, Mars enters into the 6th house, being exalted. Enemies who were trying to challenge you, trouble you, will not be able to face you during this time. Number one. On the other hand, Mars is going to be, Mars here acts like little bit aggressive also. So you have to make sure that you do not become aggressive to other people. Like, I know you all will be in very much good position to be very dominating during this time, but that dominance should not come on other people, like not be shown on the less fortunate, or what we say, someone who does not have strength as you, as much as you have. So wahan par you have to be careful. In terms of next day is when Moon, 6th of February, is going to go into Sagittarius. So now Moon goes into the fifth house. 12th house Lord in the fifth house means again anything related to children, some kind of health problem to children, some kind of visit to hospitals like this for children, some kind of news of foreign country for children. So maybe your children who are trying to go to a foreign country, maybe who are trying to go to a place to what we say uh, mm, for higher education, some good news in that area. Emotionally, love life is the fifth house, creativity is the fifth house. So Moon is a very creative as well as very nice planet. So creativity wise it will be good, love life will be good, so all the best, very nice time for you. In terms of then Moon enters into the sixth house, making a Vipreet Rajyog. Again, the 12th house Lord in the sixth house means any trouble that was supposed to be coming from your health area will be now solved, and there will be good news. In terms of monetary, also, if you have to get some money from somewhere, some kind of luck money, because Moon is making a yog, Mahalakshmi yog with Mars in the sixth house this week, so you will get some money also. So let's hope if money comes to you, give it to me also. Then Moon enters into the seventh house. Now here there is challenge and struggle and trouble with your partner, because Moon and Saturn together can create a lot of misunderstanding as well as some kind of poisonous relationships. So 12th house Lord into the seventh house can create problems here with partnerships. We have to be careful not to make any kind of hasty decisions. Be quiet because it is just for 2 days. Let Moon pass and then we will be able to think about the best. There is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments. Go through that and we can discuss your chart in detail as well. Virgo ascendant people, Moon is entering into Scorpio. Now here, Moon, if you look at Moon, it is the 11th house Lord. Okay. Here, Moon entering into the third house can create some problem in your communication. Because of your communication, you can create challenge for your own self. This is what is happening for on the major side. On the other side, there can be positivity in your luck. Even if you make some mistake in your communication, because Moon is aspecting the 9,000 exalted destiny, exalted aspect, so your luck will work for you. So it is better to be quiet during this time and let only luck work. That is what is advisable. Then Mars enters into Capricorn, the Lord of the eighth house, the Lord of the third house. Little bit difficult. Enters into the fifth house of creativity, extremely creative, extremely passionate, extremely happy, aggressive. There can be some kind of good news related to, if you're in IT field, there is going to be some good news that is going to come to you. Research field, very good news going to come to you. Then Moon enters into Sagittarius on February 6th. Here, Moon is the 11th house Lord, comes into the 4th house. So, in the house area, in wherever you are staying, you will get some gains during this time. That gains can be very positive. So, all the best. I think mostly you will gain some kind of respect, lost respect at your home that you were not getting in the uh, previous time. Okay, good job. Later on, Moon will enter into Capricorn, making a stellium. When four planets are there, it's called stellium. Yeah, Mars is there, Sun is there, Mercury is there, Moon is there. Moon is good with the Sun. Moon is good with what we say Mars. Moon is not good with Mercury. Mercury is not good with Moon actually, in a simple way. And Lagna Lord sitting with Moon, Lagna Lord gets afflicted. So what happens is that emotionally, or those who are into love affair, love life, and dating and all this kind of stuff, there can be some misunderstandings which can come. But those who are into startups, those who want money, and those who want some kind of wealth to be generated, Moon and Mars are making Mahalakshmi Yoga, so speculative wealth can come. Again, there is a disclaimer: do everything on your own. I am not advising you to go to any speculation, but it is said that whenever 8,000 fifth house will have any relationship, that means now 8th house Lord is in the fifth house. There is a chance of winning lottery or getting excessive gains through speculation. Everything at your own risk, but this is a yoga that has been made. Then Moon enters into the sixth house. Here it is making a again troublesome yoga. Health wise, we have to be careful because this end of the week you can get food poisoning or things like some indigestion problems, some immediately visit to hospital, some kind of cut, some kind of infection, things like that can happen. So we have to be careful and take right precaution at the right time. If anything alarming is situated or happens, immediately run. There is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments. If you want, you can take personal appointments. And those who are watching the video for the first time, subscribe. Libra ascendant. Now, Libra ascendant people, Moon will enter into Scorpio. That means the second house. So, what happens here is that second house is the house of your family. So, family, there can be some kind of your immediate family or the family that you have created. You will have some kind of stress or trouble in that area, like little bit for a very little bit time. Or secondly, it is the house of money. So investment wise, if there is any kind of investment that you want to do not take the decision on till 4th till 6th. From 4th till 6th, no decision of investment. Okay, there can be idea that can be discussed, but no investment should be done. Later, Mars will enter into Capricorn, into the 4th house. This is the time. Then you will think about real estate, that we should buy property, we should buy this, we should buy that. We should be thinking about changing house, moving into bigger house and things like that, which is very good. But again, after 6th of February is when you should be concrete about it. You should not. Moon is in the second house, so no fixed asset should be discussed during this time. And honestly, Mars is just entered, so it will take little bit degree in few weeks, few days. Then you will be able to think about, and this will be very much on your mind, that I want to buy property, move to a bigger house, sell property, get gains from the property, things like that. Okay. But here there will be also another thing, that you may also think about buying some machinery. That means some kind of either phone, either your car, either any machinery, because Mars rules all the machinery. So let's hope for the best that you do right investment, okay? Because you will be putting a hand in your bank balance. Mars is the owner of the second house. You will be putting a hand in your bank balance and spending it. So spend wisely. Moon enters into Sagittarius, into the 3rd house. So the 10th house lord is in the 3rd house. So there will be some kind of communication that is required from your side in your work area for betterment. So do not avoid it. Do it in a very creative manner, in a very manipulative manner. Do it so that you are being taken good care of during this time. Later, Moon will enter into the 4th house again, making Australian Moon, Sun. Amavasya is going to happen. No major decisions or buying something during Amavasya. Secondly, Moon, Mercury, and Moon and Mercury, not a very good combination. Okay, so here there can be some news that can come from your home. That means from, if you're in a foreign country, something can come from your house, home area. That okay, there is some kind of challenge or money has to be spent in that area. Can be possible. But on a positive note, when Moon and Mars are together, so you will get sources of money also. That means your money that is being demanded will also be fulfilled from some other source. Your money will come and it will go. And life is like this only, right? Whenever we want money, we work hard for it, it comes, and then we spend it. So that is going to be exactly the life, like routine that is happening will happen with you. When Moon enters into the 5th house, the owner of the 10th house in the 5th house means some good creativity or some good news from your work area. But because Moon is making a yoga with with Saturn, Moon and Saturn together, here you have to be careful with your kids, especially with children, not to go overboard, because there can be some kind of rift between you and your kids during this time, or those who are into dating and all this kind of stuff, with your partner, with your loved ones. No no argument, or no comment, or no judgment on them. Those who are into speculation, those who want to do any kind of share market, stock market, it should be avoided when Moon is in Aquarius during this time, because it is going to making a poisonous yoga with Saturn. So maybe some of your investment that you have done may turn a little bit red during this time, but it will grow again, so don't worry about it. So this is for Libra Ascendant for this week. There is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments. You can click on it, talk to me, and then we can discuss your chart in detail as well. Scorpio Ascendant people, here in your Lagna, Moon is going to become debilitated. And Moon debilitated here makes little bit confidence issues in you. So your confidence or your mind will not be in your control from 4th till 6th. So what we have to do during this time? Meditation. We have to do meditation, we have to do mantra chanting, we have to do Lord Shiva, we have to make sure that we give a lot of water to Lord Shiva. Because your 5th house is ruled by Jupiter, you have to make sure that you do Vishnu Sahasranam and things like that. So that is where you have to make sure your fourth and sixth is spent in that way. Then on the other time, when we say what is happening is that your sixth house lord and your lagnesh, that means the lagna lord and the sixth house lord, is going to get exalted in the third house. So what happens here? Extreme courage is going to be building for you this month. And this courage, I'm telling you, courage is courage, right? It does not differentiate between good and bad. So this courage can either be used for good purposes or either bad purposes. Now it is up to you how you want to choose it. Make sure that your communication and the things that you speak or write does not have fire into it. It should be calmed down. Because the problem with Mars is that when Mars becomes exalted, it becomes too powerful, and that sometimes power is the reason of destruction. Power is the reason for growth also, but power is also the reason for destruction. You know, electricity can give light also, Rohitji, but can also electrify you, like completely can destroy and burn you. So there is positive and negative both to it. So be calm, calm down. Then Moon enters into Sagittarius into the second house. The Bhagya Lord is in the second house, so you will get some money, some kind of wealth that you want to achieve from your family or from your hard work or some investments. You will get that money, so your bank balance will show a little bit of good reflection. Maybe I think one more thing happens, Rohit, is that mostly many people get salary also around 7th of February. So I think maybe salary is coming to you. Simple way. Then Moon enters into Capricorn, into the third house. Here, Moon is not, it is challenged now because it is sitting with Mercury. So your mind and your communication will not have a perfect sync. So make sure that you are be ethical and be true. Here, because of your hard work, you will get some money. Again, because Moon is sitting with Mars and it makes a, what we say, Rohitji, it makes a Mahalakshmi Yoga. Also, Moon is going to be with Sun, so Grahan, and that means what we say, Amavasya can happen. So we should be careful not to take very major decisions or write something or make some comments on other people during this time. It can come turn back towards you. Then end of the week, Moon enters into Aquarius. Here it is into the fourth house. So those who are suffering from heart problems, heart trouble, have to be extra careful during this time. Those who have mother in the old age and little bit older have to be careful because their mother can be little bit challenged in terms of health. And especially fourth house is the house of inner peace. Here, your mind, your heart can have some kind of poisonous thoughts for other people, which we have to avoid at every cost. Every day, try and become more and more spiritual. That is what we need. We are always looking for God in all these idols and things like that. That yes, idols are pran pratishthit, and that means there is a pran pratishtha that is done in the idol. So there is God, but actual God is right in front of you. Like Rohitji is God. You, all the people who are watching, you are God yourself. Har Mahadev. Everyone is God himself. There is one story where one person is trying to find Lord Shiva, Lord Shiva, Lord Shiva every day. There is one guy who comes and says, "You want to meet Lord Shiva? Go to this river bank, and there will be a headless person that comes in front of you. That will be Lord Shiva." He's like, "Oh yes, I will go." And then he goes to the bank and he's struggling all day to look at the headless man. Suddenly he sees himself in the water, his reflection, and the waves near his head are completely disturbed. So he sees himself only without a head in the water reflection, and he says, "Oh." He remembers that person says, "You'll see a headless man," and I see a headless. That means I am only God. So God is basically inside you. We are only looking it for outside. Someone, I was looking at Sri Ravi Shankar's podcast. So someone asked him that, what do we ask when we meet God? Luigi, can you tell what will you ask when you see God? What will you ask him? The first thing. Tell me.
Really no materialistic things, because I am very much aware about the life and the afterlife things. So my simple thing will be to God will be to stay with me always in my life in any form, but stay with me always. That's it.
Okay.
I think
So the thing is that this is wrong answer, by the way. The right answer is If you will meet God, why will you ask for anything? You already meet God.
That's what I'm saying. I don't need anything. I need only God with me always, in any form. I don't want anything. No materialistic thing. Nothing.
Even that thought of getting materialistic thing also, that you are saying that God, I don't want materialistic thing, is also wrong, because you don't need only anything if you have God.
I don't need anything.
Yeah.
Yes.
So whenever you meet God, that means final, the stage is done. Then you want to just say, or when you meet God, you have to just tell him one thing, that make me one of you. Like, just end me and make me one of you. Like, take my soul
Moksha.
back and put it into yourself. I don't want to
Moksha.
come here. Moksha. Here, this is what is happening. So be a little bit careful, and very, very good time in terms of wealth for all the Scorpio ascendant people. But challenge in your poisonous thoughts in your heart can come for other people. So don't do that, because you are thinking bad about God. Just simply think about that. All the best. There is a WhatsApp link in the description. You should, if you want an appointment, you can go there. And those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe. Sagittarius ascendant people. Now, Moon is entering into Scorpio, into your 12th house. 12th house in a positive way. Moon is making a Viprit Rajyog, so spirituality wise, it will be crazy. Like, you will have some kind of revelation, some kind of experience, Kundalini awakening, and things like that if you're into meditation kind of zone. On the other hand, those who are thinking about expenses will be on the rise, and especially expenses related to your loved one partners can happen. Expenses related to your education can happen. Expenses related to some research based activity which you are doing can happen during this time. So expenses will also be on the rise, as well as spirituality will also be on the rise. This is the time to just sit down and concentrate on your breathing, and say that, life is so beautiful. This is what is the time right now, from 4th to 6th. Later, 5th of February, Mars, who's the planet of the 12th house as well as the 5th house, foreign country, education, becomes exalted in the second house of wealth. So if you are in foreign country and if you are doing any kind of education, you will attain some wealth. Maybe you get a new job, maybe your bank balance increases, maybe your parents send you good money. One is this scenario. Second is, those who are looking for new job can get new job during this time, because your bank balance has to increase, and bank balance increases only when you are working, otherwise it will not increase, right? Second house is also the house of family, so here also the speech. So you have to be very careful not to speak very rudely with your family, because Mars exalted can have very aggressive energy also in that second house. There is a full video on Mars which I have made. You can go and watch that. You will get more insights about it. Then later, Moon enters into your Lagna. So 8th house Lord in the Lagna with Venus. That means secret. Some secret will be revealed. Either of yourself will be revealed to other people, or other people's secret will come to you, and you will be able to, identify or then make a judgment about the situation, that how you want to deal with it. That is going to happen. Then later, Moon enters into the 3rd house. Now, 8th house Lord, into the 2nd house. Now, 8th house Lord in the 2nd house means sudden gains of monetary gains, sudden monetary gains. And that is also evident because Moon is going to be making a yoga of Mahalakshmi Yoga with Mars. So, sudden gain of money is seen here. Let's hope and let's see where it comes from. But again, speech wise, you have to be very careful not to be talk about other people's secret, not to be gossiping during this time, because that can add to your self-respect, can go down. Your value system can be challenged here. Your sanskar can be challenged here. Later, Moon enters into the 3rd house, in the house of your communication again. Here it is making a poisonous yoke. So here again, it can make little bit communication challenge. Like, you can do some mad communication with other people. So you have to be careful. You have to make sure that you do not, uh, again, because of 8th house Lord in the 3rd house, so secrets of other people, you should not be discussing that. No gossip. People who discuss ideas become successful. People who gossip become get destroyed completely. So whenever you meet someone, rather than doing gossiping, discuss ideas. That, okay, let's do this. Let's think about this. Discuss ideas in your life, and you will become successful. This is what is said by Denzel Washington. Oscar winner guy, in his Oscar speech, that he said that always discuss ideas, not gossip. Yeah. So all the best for Sagittarius. Good time for monetary gains, like very good time for monetary gains this week. All the best. Make sure that you subscribe, and there is a WhatsApp link if you want to talk to me in a personal space. Capricorn ascendant people, one of the best ascendant in the world. There is no one. Every night, at least 2 or 3 times they get up for milk. My daughter, Capricorn ascendant, always hungry. There's nothing else they want to do. Get up in the night, say Papa, milk. Then I give milk. Then again she sleeps, and then in 2 hours again Papa milk. This is what is happening with Capricorn ascendant people. I thought they were supposed to be very slow, but this is very fast Capricorn ascendant which has happened to my house. Anyways, here, Jupiter, what you say? Your moon is in the debilitation right now for Capricorn ascendant people in the 11th house, and here in the 11th house is house of gains, house of goals, completion of goals. If you were supposed to complete some goals, it may delay for a while, but still you will be completely motivated because of the aspect of moon on the uh, on the fifth house, exalted aspect. So your creativity will be up. You will not give up during this time. That is how what it means. On the other hand, if you were supposed to get some kind of designation or some kind of promotion, it will delay now for a while, and you are not going to get it now very soon. So sorry for that, but this is how your moon is placed. Later on, 5th of February, Mars says, I will become exalted. I was in the 12th house. I did a lot of expenses in terms of the home, renovation, any kind of thing related to expenses in the home area, expenses in area related to friends, parties, things like that. So a lot of expenses was going on. Now I'm going to chill now here. So this is what is your Mars is saying. So very positive placement of Mars in the Lagna. You yourself will be completely hardworking, determined, and aggressive in taking that approach in your life. So all the best. There is a full video I've made on it. You can go and watch it on Mars Exalted. Moon is going to enter into the 12th house, and 12th house moon, the 7th house lord in the 12th house means losses in relationship, losses in partnership. Whatever is true, man. There is no bettering. If it is losses, it is losses. If it is expenses, it is expenses. Expenses related to partnership, expenses related to spouse, expenses related to travel, expenses related to health. These are the things that is going to happen to you during this week. Depending on the dasha and antardasha you're going through, if it's very, very little, so you will just buy one small headache pill from the grocery store. If it is very, very difficult period, then doctor will give you a prescription. Simple as that. Moon then enters into the Lagna and aspects its own 7th house. So relationship that were a little bit troublesome or because the expenses happened, now it will be a little bit that challenge will go, and because of your personal effort, own effort, you will be able to gain some wealth also, because whenever Moon and uh, Mars are together, come together, it is called Mahalakshmi Yoga. So some kind of wealth also generates during this time. So very positive. But because it is Amavasya, so you will be little bit frustrated or irritated during this time. So don't make major decisions till the time Moon leaves this place and goes into the in next 5-7 days. Don't make any big decisions. Then Moon enters into the 2nd house. Now here you have gained some wealth. Now that wealth can be again spent, and can be spent due to your mistake only. Because whenever Moon and Saturn are together, it is Vish Yoga. It is some kind of yoga that is related to poisonous yoga. So that means you will get some poisonous idea in your head and you will spend the money for some reason. And that will be a challenge. That will be the, spending of money. And secondly, you have to understand Moon here is a Maraka and coming to a Maraka house, sitting with Maraka. So that means challenge related to health will also can be seen, and especially second, mouth, dental problem, mouth problem, problem related to your jaws, problem related to your face, problem related to your second house is also the eyes. So things like that is where you have to be careful in this week. It cannot happen at all also, because you may not be going through Dasha and Antardasha. But for people who are going through Dasha and Antardasha of Moon and Saturn, it is possible to have some kind of issues like this. So Best is to spend during this time. Best thing is to spend and invest some money in some kind of mutual fund or something, or some kind of fixed deposit, so that your money is also spent and it is invested. So do this. There's a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments. You can look at it and we can discuss your chart in detail. And those who are watching the video for the first time, do subscribe. Aquarius ascendant people. Now, Moon is in the 10th house and debilitated in the beginning of the week. So, in the career area, no major things. In the workplace, no major demand you should keep. You should be working hard towards your goal and making sure that do not get influenced by other people during this time. Moon is also bad influence. Whenever Moon and Saturn are together in some people's chart, Rohitji, those people come into addiction, into poisonous addiction, and they come under influence of other people. Same way, when Moon is alone in the 8th house here, it can give you some kind of, your colleague will say that, this is bad. Why don't you say that this is not right? You should revolt over it, and you will do it, and there will be trouble. So just be quiet. No major movement in the work area, workplace, nothing at all, because it is the owner of the 6th house of enemies in the 10th house. So there can be enemies at workplace who will try to destroy you. Beware of them. Secondly, Mars enters into Capricorn and it becomes exalted, but it is getting exalted not at a very, very good place. It is exalted in the 12th house. An exalted planet is just like electricity and fire. It knows that fire can cook food but also destroy your house. Same when exalted planet is just like that only. It is in complete power, but it has to be channelized. The power has to be channeled. During this time, make sure that you sit down, close your eyes, and meditate. Get inward. How much ever, make that power that is that Mars is giving. Use it, because this is the house of higher consciousness. This is the house of getting more intuitive. This is the house of getting more spiritual, more connected to the divine. So use this Mars energy in that positive way. Later on, Moon will enter into the 11th house. Now, 11th house, whenever 6th house planet is 6th from the 6th, there will be mental stress. Moon is the mind, mental stress. There will be problem related to health. There will be challenges of focusing. Such kind of things can happen. And what you need to do during this period, Lord Shiva is the one resort that you have to go. Lord Shiva, save me. This is what you should do in this beginning of this week. Lord Shiva is the savior, because Moon is not ending here, man. After this, Moon will enter into the 12th house, making sure that 6th house Lord in the 12th house, aspecting 6th house, some kind of visit to hospital, some kind of visit to clinics, some kind of visit to, sorry to say, some kind of visit to some kind of legal court or something, some kind of visit to jail, some kind of visit to mental asylums. Moon is the mind. 6th house going in the 12th house means trouble in the mind, but can be for positive reason also. I was talking to someone, Rohitji, looking at a chart. I told that girl that you will go to jail. She said, I go to jail every day. I said, okay. She said, I work in the jail. So positive. Some people may also get job in such areas, in hospitals, in jails, in things like foreign country. There can be some kind of movement to a foreign country, or get intimation from some kind of foreign lands, because Mars is also exalted there. So positive is also there, negative is also there. Life is also like this, right? Everyone cannot be positive. There's still negative aspects also, which we have to take care. But this is the time for Aquarius ascendant people to completely be in 4 planets in the 12th house. So to just be silent and be meditation. Dhyan. One story, Rohit, I'm going to tell. So Lord Brahma was born from the Nabhi, from the belly button of Lord Vishnu. So when Lord Brahma came into existence, okay, he came and he was completely confused at why the hell am I here. For 10,000 years, he was just wondering in a cave that what do I need to do. And there was one small noise that was constant for 10,000 years. And that noise was of a water drop falling on a rock. And whenever water falls, there is a sound called tup, tup, tup. Got it, Rohilji? You heard the water sound tup, tup. When Brahmaji concentrated on that voice, on that sound, he could understand that his purpose of life, and his purpose of life was tap. T-A-P. Tap means meditation. All the people who have been in this Sanatan Dharma, all the sages who have written astrology, who have written all these things, what have they done? Did they go on Mars? No, they closed their eyes and they went inside. And inside is the universe. Inside you is the universe. So that kind of yoga you are getting in your 12th house. You know? Whenever the 10th house Lord will be the moon, and moon will be in the house of what we say, moon will be in the house of Saturn. It is called Sannyasa Yoga. It is a time of tap. It is a time of meditation. It is a time of spirituality. It is a time of inwardness, solitude. So use it. Then moon enters and makes proper sannyasa yoga, by the way, with Saturn in the first house. Now here, you yourself can be the reason for your own decision. See, this whole week is a little bit challenging for Aquarius people because it starts from debilitation till little bit trouble. Only thing that can happen is that little bit positivity in terms of goals that you want to achieve. But otherwise, Moon coming with Saturn here will make your mind a little bit slow also during this time. Right? Okay, so you will not be able to take decisions rightly. So everything leave it on the next month, next week, not even next week. Next week also, 12th moon will enter into Rahu, making a conjunction. When moon enters into 12th, 14th, 14th onwards, you can make good decisions. Yeah? That is where you should. This week, no major decision should be done. Everything should, what is running, just let it run and make sure that you are completely into devoted towards God during this week. All the best. Sorry, I know it is bad to listen to all this. You feel a little bit challenged also in this area, what I'm trying to explain. But unfortunately, uh, planets are planets, and everything is in front of you. Like, I am not saying something from my own heart. Everything, the combinations are in front of you. There is going to be Amavasya also in your 12th house. So it is all in front of you. During this time, you have to hold the hand of God. Okay. All the best. Sorry. Pisces ascendant people. Now, Rohitji, here Moon is entering into Scorpio, into the destiny house. So, what does it mean? Whenever a planet becomes debilitated in the destiny, it means that you will have to work hard to make sure your destiny works for you. So, there is one movie in India where Maji, it is called Maji. It's of a man who creates a he creates a road from a mountain because his wife wants to go. He makes a dialogue. There's a one dialogue, very good dialogue. He said, uh, what if everyone is waiting for destiny, right? And everyone is waiting for God. What if God is waiting for you? Like, what if God is waiting for you to do that, to make that effort so that He can help you? So always make the effort yourself. This is what Pisces ascendant should do in the beginning of the week. Make an effort in whatever area of life you are struggling or whatever you are. I know you must be making efforts, but make more effort. Leave every, like, make sure that no page is left unturned. Every page has to go through. You have to go through every page. So this is where destiny, father wise, if there is any challenge in father area of your father, health wise, there will be a little bit more trouble, but in a positive way. All the communication that you do will be heard because of the exalted aspect of moon on the third house, and those communication will benefit you in the future. Mars, on the other hand, enters into the exalted position into the 11th house. So, biggest to biggest gains and biggest to biggest goals that you have, you will be able to now complete it with your own hard work and determination. Energy is there. You have to just use the right, force. That is what it means. Moon enters into the 10th house. Now, here, if you see the 5th house, Lord is in the 10th house, so there will be a lot of creativity in your work area. You will be adored, you will be admired in the work area. There will be some kind of good news coming from the work area, from children. Career of children can be very positive during this time for you. So, that is also an aspect here. Then, Moon enters into the 11th house, making a combination with all the three other planets. Um, it is a sannyasa yoga, by the way, but in the 11th house, when the 5th house Lord is in the 11th house, your creativity and your ideas will make sure that your goals are achieved. So in that way, it is very positive. Then Moon is here making a very big good yoga with Mars, so there can be some gains from your career in terms of monetary gains from business also. But it is also making a Grahana Yoga. That means it's also making a Amavasya. Amavasya will be there. So you have to be careful in not making any partnerships, like any new partnerships during this time. Okay, whatever old is going on, just finish it off. And Moon enters into the 12th house, Rohiji, house of spirituality. So, house of expenses, house of foreign travel. There can be, if you are thinking of going to a foreign country for education, yes, there can be good news in this week for you. But if you are thinking of spending some money, so you will be able to spend some money also, either on auspicious things or unauspicious things. But I feel that this mostly spent will be on health. There can be some kind of health related thing where you'll be spending some money, uh, especially those people who want to those people who are going through moon dasha and saturn dasha. They should during this time join yoga or meditation kind of activities, because you will be spending for the health only, and it will be betterment for you only. But some kind of spending for health, spending for education, spending for children, spending for travel can be seen during this time. So be careful. That is what I can say. Or take right decisions. That's why astrology is here. That things, energy of such things are being made in your chart. So you have to take the decisions accordingly so that you don't enter into losses. Simple astrology rule: light on the way. There is nothing else. On the way, if there is a snake who has to bite you, they will bite you. They will not stop. But there is light on the way to just understand that there is a snake. If it is going to bite me, do I have an antidote with me? That is astrology, nothing else. So all the best. There is a WhatsApp link in the description for personal appointments. If you want to book, very good. All the best, and see you next week, man. Before that, we will see you in the live videos also, the live sessions. Thank you, Rohit.
Thank you very much, Akashji, and we hope that in the light of this astrology, the light of this prediction, people will able to make decisions for next 7 days, what they need to do, what they need to take precautions. Thank you very much. And those who want to consult Akashji, those who want to take consultation, live one-on-one video consultation, they can send details on the mail ID or WhatsApp number given in the scroll, or you can go to the description. There is a WhatsApp link. Click it, connect it. Team will contact you, and you will have a video consultation with Akashji. Thank you, all the family members of
Thank
Desi
you.
Astro. Akashji will meet you in next video. Till then, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Hanuman, Jai Mata Di. Om Namah Shivaya, Jai Malakshmi.